Hi guys, today in this video I will demonstrate you quite interesting method to count the number of images manually, and we will also discuss that when the value of 360 by theta is not equal to integer and when that trick is not applicable, then how should we count the number of images. So in case 1 I am taking the 360 by theta as integer, and I have taken an example in which the angle between the mirrors is 60 degree. You can see the angle between the mirrors is 60 degree. The object is placed on the angle bisector of the mirrors. That is, that angle bisector is dividing the mirrors into two equal parts, two equal angles, 30 and 30. So we already know the trick and we already know the formula that 360 by 60 is equal to 6. That is even integer, and when that integer is even, then the number of images is equal to 360 by theta minus 1. So 6 minus 1, that would be equal to 5. Now this is the second method of counting the number of images manually. This is an interesting method. So there are two mirrors, so we have written M1 here and M2 here. Okay, now we all know that the first image of this mirror, this one, will be formed at an equal angle of that 30 degree. Object is at an angle of 30 degree with that mirror, hence its first image will be at an angle of 30 degree from that mirror. So the first image will be this 30 degree, and similarly the first image of M2 will also be at 30 degree because the object is inclined to M2 at an angle of 30 degree. Now this term is theta. I am writing this term as theta. Theta is the angle between the mirrors. So angle between the mirror is 60 degree. So we have to add this 30 and this 60 and we get 90. This 30 and this 60 we get 90. Again we have to add this theta, angle between the mirrors, to this angle. 90 plus 60, that is 150. That 90 plus 60, that is 150. And now again we have to add this angle in theta. 150 plus 60, that is 210. 150 plus 60, that is 210. Now we cannot move further because this angle 210 and this angle 210 is not possible. These are those angles at which there is a possibility that image will be formed. And we can see, we already have discussed that for a plane mirror, the object and image cannot lie on the same side. The object and image cannot lie on the same side. So the angle of the image from the mirror cannot be greater than 180 degree, because if it is greater than 180 degree, then the image of that mirror comes in front of the mirror for a real object, but that is not possible. So image of a mirror will not be in front of that mirror if the object is in front of that mirror. So angle which is greater than 180 degree should be discarded. So I have discarded this angle due to the fact that it is greater than 180 degree, and I have discarded this angle also. Now you have to check one thing more here, that the sum of the last image formed. This is the last image of first mirror, this is the last image of second mirror, and the angle between the two mirrors. We have to add the last image angles and the angle between the mirrors. The sum is exactly equal to 360 degree. The sum is exactly equal to 360 degree. So if this sum, if the sum of angles of last formed images and theta is the angle between the mirrors, angle between mirrors is exactly equal to 360 degree, then again one image of each mirror is coinciding. So this sum is equal to 360 degree. Therefore, number of images will be this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the third image is coinciding at some point. Hence, it would be counted as a single image only. So, the number of images formed will be 6 minus 1, that is equal to 5. I'm also saying that if the sum of last images angle and the angle between the mirrors is equal to 360 exactly, then these last images are coinciding and hence they are being formed at a single point. So they would be counted as a single image only. So the total number of images will be 30, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and minus 1. Minus 1 is due to the fact that we have counted a single image twice. So we have to minus that twicely counted image. So in this case the number of images will be 5, which we have already derived. Now obviously when 360 by theta will be an integer, then we would obviously apply the trick which we have already learned in previous video, and we will not apply this counting manually formula because it is somewhat lengthier. But when 360 by theta is not an integer, then that trick is not applicable. When this 360 by theta is not an integer, then that trick is not applicable. So I am taking a case in which 360 by theta is not an integer, and hence I have taken the angle between these two mirrors to be 80 degree. And we know that 360 by 80 is not an integer, it is something around 4 point something. So now I have also taken the object to be asymmetric. Asymmetric means that object is being placed on a line which is not dividing the angle of the mirrors equally. In fact, one of the angle is 30 degree with that line, and that another angle will be 50 degree with that line. So in this case that trick is not applicable obviously, because 360 by theta is not an integer. So we have to count out the number of images manually by that method which I have demonstrated here. So initially we will write down M1 and M2, these two mirrors, and M1 is this one and M2 is this one. I am writing the names that it is M1 and it is M2. So the first image that would be formed in M1 will be at an angle of 30 degree below this mirror. Okay, so I have written this 30, and the first image that would be formed in M2 will be at an angle of 50 degree above this mirror here. So that is 50. Now as we have done earlier, we have to add up the angle theta of angle between the mirrors. So this 30 plus 80 is equal to 1110, and this 50 plus 80 is equal to 130. Now this 130 plus 80 is 210, and this 110 and 80 is 190. Both of these angles are greater than 180 degree, you can see. So these angles would be discarded. So discarding these angles, the last image that is formed in M1 is 130 degree, and last image that is formed in M2 is 110 degree. And you can also see that the sum of these term, this one, it is around 190, and 130 is approximately 320 degree. This is 190, this one is 190, and this is 130. So 190 and 130 is equal to 320. 320 is not equal to 360, hence the last image will not be coinciding. Okay, so if the last image is not coinciding, then we have to count these all images as it is. So the number of images in this case will be n, will be equal to n will be equal to 1 2 3 4, that is 4. I am representing 1 2 3 4. These two images will be counted separately because they are not coinciding, because 320 is not equal to 360. So the number of images formed in this case will be 4. So guys, I hope you got to know the concept, and I'm again reading out that line which I have written down at downside the board. It is the fact that if the sum of the angles of last formed images and theta is the angle between the mirrors, is exactly equal to 360, then again one image of each mirror is coinciding. So we will not count the coinciding mirror 2 times. In fact, we will count it single time, and hence the number of images will be something different. Okay guys, so keep watching for more videos.